please, please worth this time. Please. All right, we've got one message. We've got hey, KHF. All right, so far so good. So far so good. I laugh. I'm honestly terrified about this stream because whatever happened last week, I actually don't know like what caused it or how to possibly fix it. So I'm honestly very scared at the moment. But let's give things time. Morning. Okay, we've got another message. Okay, so far so good. But I'm not taking it for granted. Right. Okay. All seems good so far. Good. Right. So people can talk in the chat this time. Whew. I assume the problem was with YouTube last week. Not anything I did, hopefully. I played through Sword and I had lots of fun. Well, that's funny you should say that. I literally finished. Pardon me, sorry. I literally finished the main story in Pokemon Sword about an hour ago. That's why there was no 1 hour till I live tweet because I was busy defeating Leon. Which, by the way, he actually did. Which he actually did give me a good match. I have to say, like the game. I mean, Pokemon games in general are easy. Like people always saying, "Oh, the current gen are too easy." It's always been easy. It's always been because they're designed for a younger audience, you know. But anyway, Leon. Actually, he actually made me put up my Dukes. Like, I chose the Water Starter. I chose Sobble, and obviously it's fully evolved now. I forget what the fully evolved form is called, but I knew he was going to be my ace in the hole against Leon's Charizard. I was like, okay, I've got the Water Starter. This is my ace in the hole. I've got to keep him healthy until that final clash with his Gigantamax Charizard. So we get down to down to just his Charizard, and in fact, I'm down to just my starter as well. So we're both down to our last Pokemon. So this is how epically poetic it was. So I sent him out. We both Dynamax. Hit him with the Dynamax Water move. Brings him down to this much health. I'm like, darn it, next turn. Imagine my surprise when his Charizard whips out Grass Attack. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that's cheating. That you can't do that with your Charizard. That's cheating. But thankfully, it did not KO my Pokemon. It brought him down to about that much health as well. And knowing that I had the speed advantage, I was like, right, okay, this battle is won, but bloody hell did that find me. So yeah, that's how my battle against Leon went. Hop gets way more hate than he deserves. No, he doesn't. He deserves every bit of hate. He's all like, yeah, I'm going to beat my brother, even though I've lost every battle to my rival. I'm still going to beat my brother. I'm like, Hop, you're a terrible trainer, all right? I'm like, I'd say follow your dreams, but I really don't think you should. You're a terrible trainer, mate. You chose, like, choosing our star Pokemon, you chose the one that was weak to mine. Wait, you know, we've been missing the douchebag rivals like Blue and Silver, but now I'm being the douchebag. So, have we become the douchebag rival? By now, many of the Pokemon players aren't children, so by now they know the ins and outs. Yeah, but they've still got the intellect of children. I am not kidding. Like, with what I've seen going on Twitter, the Pokemon fandom for me has become worse than the Sonic fandom. There, I said it. I said it. Does that mean you're Gary now? No, we couldn't even hope to be as cool as Gary. Oh, and I've just noticed Afro Taku is yeah, hey man. Sorry, mate, I didn't see that because I was going on about Pokemon. Yeah, no, we can't even begin to hope to be as epic as Gary Oak is. You know, Gary Oak, whose dick enters the room 5 minutes before he does. We can't even possibly hope to be that cool. I was putting my chips with the salt of the Pokemon fan brats. Oh my gosh, Pokemon fandom has been ridiculous. The fact that people are getting up in arms just because in the announcement of the expansion pass, there was one clip, there was one frame, just for a second, like one of the screenshots they showed, where they forgot to take the mouse cursor out. I'm like, it's an honest mistake, it happens. I mean, you know, okay, it shouldn't happen in your direct, but, you know, it's human error, it happens. You know, it's a funny little quest, like, hey, forgot the mouse, but people are acting like, oh my gosh, they've lost their touch. What's happened to Game Freak? I'm like, it's an honest mistake. What? You've never done a presentation where you forgot to take the cursor out. I'm like, it's an honest mistake. It's not that big a deal. Man, most people wouldn't have noticed it if you hadn't pointed it out. Oh gosh, the Pokemon fandom is just, it's terrible. It's absolutely dreadful. I plan to get the expansion pass. So do I. Because, like, and again, about the expansion pass, it's like people are like, oh, everything's locked behind paywalls. What? As opposed to buying a third game at full price just to get a slightly different story with new areas. How's it worth getting an expansion pack at half the price? That's like, but then again, I thought nothing could top this until the announcement of Byleth came. First of all, with Byleth, called it. By the way, called it. But oh my gosh, the reaction there is just like, dance, puppets, dance. You know, Simon Miller was right all those years ago when he had his Miller Report character, which, if you don't know, it was basically because Simon Miller's quite a jacked guy. He used to have this character who was basically taking the piss out of meathead gamers, and he'd say things like, Pokemon is for babies. Nintendo games are for babies. I've actually quoted that quite a few times when making fun of these fan bases, but I'm likely gonna see Simon Miller this Sunday because he's wrestling at the show I'm helping out at, and I'm gonna go up to him and say to him, mate, you were right all those years ago, by the way. Nintendo games are for babies. They've proven it. Your character was right. A fictional person proved them right. Gosh, it's like, guys, okay. Byleth wasn't who you wanted in Smash, right? Okay, fair enough. Maybe there are too many Fire Emblem characters. That's fair. It's probably one of Nintendo. It's not one of Nintendo's most popular series. It's got a very niche audience. I'll admit that, but it still has an audience who are still entitled to a DLC character. But okay, you're disappointed with Byleth. They announced that there's going to be 6 more characters. 6 more. The people you want could still get in the game. Sure, you have to wait a little bit longer now, but 6 more characters are coming, guys. I mean, come on. And by the way, if you did not expect Byleth coming, if you obviously have not learned anything from Smash 4. Remember, Fire Emblem Fates came out, and so Corrin got put in the game as DLC. So why would it not happen with Three Houses, which has been one of the best Fire Emblems in years, has won loads of awards, made Nintendo a lot of money, so why wouldn't they put Byleth in that? I say him, but Byleth can be either gender, so. But, like I say, Miller was right. Nintendo games are for babies. And like people will be like, yeah, they're not. Stop saying they're for babies. I'm like, well, stop acting like babies then. Stop acting like babies, and I'll stop saying these games are for babies. Fire Emblem Warriors any good? I've never played it. I can't say for certain. I've never played it. You know, I need to finish the Blue Lions route in Three Houses actually, and do the Gold Deers route. And I know I think there's DLC out for it now. I do need to do that, but like I got distracted with other RPGs like Pokemon Sword, like doing Dragon Quest 11S. Oh, and even though I'm not calling these lunch with KHF anymore, I do have a sandwich, as you've probably noticed. I am eating a egg mayonnaise sandwich. For the longest time, this was my sandwich of choice. This is one of my favorite sandwiches to have. You know, sometimes simplicity is best. If it's for babies, then Nintendo shouldn't add Witcher 3 to in the one go there, but in their library. Exactly. Because the babies won't appreciate the unicorn shag scene. It's funny, on Twitter as well, like I found a tweet, somebody saying your most controversial video game opinions go. And I was tempted to say I don't mind Byleth being the next DLC character announced, but I thought, let's not go further down that rabbit hole. And then I thought saying I don't mind the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass, but I thought, let's not go down that rabbit hole either. So instead I just went with what used to be a really controversial opinion, but in the modern day isn't, because people have come around to the idea more, but saying, I actually didn't mind Raiden in Metal Gear Solid 2. I know most people prefer him in 4, which I still have yet to get to. I need to get back to marathoning those games. Again, got distracted with other stuff. But I actually didn't mind him. I mean, yeah, he's not the badass that Snake is, but that's the point. That is the point. And maybe it's because I wasn't there in the build-up and the hype towards that game, and then getting the bait and switch about 2 hours into the game. Okay, I wasn't there for that, and that's why, you know, it's and that's why it didn't bother me, because I knew it was coming. Remember when people said we need more Donkey Kong, more Fire Emblem, and more Star Fox back when the Wii was still around? Oh gosh, and now they're saying there's too much Fire Emblem. Yeah, 4 and Rising. I need to get back to playing the Metal Gear series. I was gonna play the MSX games on, because I've got the subsistence version of 3, so I was gonna play those games, but then again got distracted with some new games. I didn't want this retro stuff. Now I had new flashy games. So many games I've yet to start. I know that feeling, my friend. Sorry, gotta get some water. Oh, that last bit's strong to go down. I don't have the drunk with me today. He's off, passed out somewhere. I don't know. But I don't know if you can really see him there, because It's kind of camouflaged, but I've got a little Moomin troll here that Afro Otaku sent me for my birthday. So a little Moomin troll here, and he's going to be my my PIC for today, my partner in crime. And don't worry, he's not going to be showing off his golden tail. Oh my gosh, that episode. Right, I don't know. I don't know if I Right, if you haven't seen like any of my previous streams, I mentioned before how I've been going through the new Moomin series, Moomin Valley, like the modern series, and there's an episode where Moomin Troll's tail, the end of his tail becomes gold, and the episode basically goes through a small segment of seeing how many dick jokes they can get away with the golden tail and still keep it family friendly. It's like when it's like he says to his love interest, Snork Maiden, "I've got something to show you down here." I'm like, "You horny boy." It's like, "You horny boy." And then when he shows it to her, she's like, "Oh, it's so shiny. Can I touch it? Only if you're gentle." I'm like, this is a family show, right? Oh gosh, you're gonna love that though in like family friendly shows where they see how much they can push the envelope and still get away with it. Because obviously that's gonna go over the kids' heads, but like the adults are just watching like, "All right, calm down about your golden tail, boy. Don't just whip your golden tail that way." Oh gosh, this is why I recommend Moomin Valley, because there's like it is properly a family show. Like there are a few adult jokes in there. I've got something to show you down here. That's so bad. That's so bad. It was Moomin Mama, you wild thing. Well, that just sounds bad because Matt Berry's got, just like I've said before, Matt Berry's just got that kind of voice that just makes everything sound perfect, which is There was another joke I liked as well in like in the episode where they have a ghost and Moomin Troll's looking through loads of books on spirits, and one of the books Moomin Papa sees him looking at is Spirits and How to Mix Them. I don't think you're old enough to read that just yet, son. I'm like, they got away with that. Or Rocco's Modern Life. Oh, by the way, I never watched Let me try that again. I never watched Rocco's Modern Life as a child. I think I probably missed out on that one. And Afro Otaku and Chibijisi have like told me for ages like that I did miss out. That it was a great cartoon that I never saw. And I always said like, yeah, maybe someday I'll watch it. But things keep coming up. But what was it that made me want to watch it more than anything? They told me that there used to be a restaurant in it called Chokin' Chickens, and I'm just like, all the things you told me, all the stuff you've told me about it, but what got me to want to see it is a choking the chicken joke. Actually, I shouldn't have pulled that up actually because I did. I think I have put some time out for that kind of joke in the past. I'm sorry. That was hypocritical of me. I've just realised. Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad the chat is still working. Oh, I'm sorry. You just did something weird. Anyway, Moving Joe, shut up back there. Go back to mixing your spirits with your golden tail. Right. Thoughts on Kamen Rider? I think I've said before I've never watched a Kamen Rider the whole way through. I started watching Gaim for a while, but I've never actually finished it. I thought one thing I liked about the I like the henshin device in Gaim though, like with the cutting the fruit thing. That was really cool. I should probably finish that at some point. That was a good sandwich. Do you know what's funny though? Going back to Waffle Rose was my jam. Yeah, I never watched that religiously, but I did watch a couple of episodes, and it was fun, and you got I mean you can't go wrong with anything Tim Curry does a voice in. So why do I have a what? Why do I have a picture of a TILF wife on the back? What? Anyway, what are my thoughts on Tokyo Mirage Session Encore? I don't know what that is. I don't know what a lot of things. I'm an old man now. I'm not down with what all you kids are into. It's funny, like a friend of mine at work the other day. I don't know how we got onto the topic, but we got onto the topic of turning 30, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's still 7 years off for me." And then turned to me, he's like, "What's it like 3-4 years off for you?" I was like, "In fact, less than that." I mean, people are always thinking I'm younger than I actually am. So, what was my favorite meme of 2019? I hated all of them. So the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC comes out this week, which I'm excited about. The Remind DLC. Okay, okay. But I'm looking forward to that. The thing that really caught me about the trailers for that is the fact that it seems like there's going to be at least one battle where you play as Kairi, and I'm just like, well, finally, we're getting the promise that we've been having since the finale of the second game, basically, of getting a Kairi who can finally defend herself. It's like, you've been teasing that, but you never delivered. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be and I think it comes out on the day I get paid, so that's a plus. It's like, yay, fun. Guys just gonna be like, yeah, hooray, I'm useful, I'm having a wonderful time. There's also free updates. I know I'm aware of the free updates as well, but you know, if you want the stuff that matters, you gotta pay for it. Thoughts on a cringe fest? What? People pay you at the stream. Look, if I had any sort of reward I could offer people, you know, I would probably put pay my awards in my streams as well, but like they don't get enough of an audience, you know. So and like I have really nothing to offer. So, so I just got a lot of my just got a lot of my phone people, somebody liking some older tweets of mine, weirdly about Moomin Valley. It's because weirdly if they had the internet and sorry, well, because I picture like if they had the internet and online gaming in Moomin Valley, I can actually picture Sniff being like, "Hey, oh my, he's back! That kid on the TV just called me a dickhead again." Although I imagine Little Mai's response to that would be even more terrifying than Thor's was. So. Imagine if KHF reacts to the hell are you here, teacher? Mainly because one, it's nothing but fan service, then it's probably shit. Two, all the waifus are teachers, then it definitely is shit. I don't know why you've got this determination to make me like teachers. It's a very personal reason why I can't stand teachers. So I don't know why you've got this determination to try and make me like you know, like sexy teachers and things like that. So I've already expressed my distaste for teachers. Suki's being a naughty cat. Yeah, no Stan today, no Lily today. Started recently it's been decided that Lily's nickname is Stan, but she's once again asleep upstairs, so so she probably won't be joining us today. I'm sorry about that, but hey, we've got Moomin Troll. Shut the fuck up about your golden tail. This doesn't even have a golden tail. Oh, no, don't tell me you've been mixing the spirits. Up straight. Sit. Up. There. Stay. Stay. How's Lily doing? As far as I know, she's doing okay. Stan likes Sandy to use it. It's a long story as to why Lily's nickname is now Stan. If I get PS4 soon, then maybe I'll be able to play Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage. If you get PS4 soon, you can basically play all the Kingdom Hearts games on the HD collections, as well as having Kingdom Hearts 3. Thoughts on The Witcher? Everybody and their mother is telling me to watch The Witcher, and Don't get me wrong, I want to watch it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it if I watch it. It's just everybody is telling me to watch it, so I probably should watch it. Like I even went to even now when I go into my wrestling classes, like one of my wrestling teachers asked me, Jack, have you started watching The Witcher yet? I'm just like, no, not yet. Okay, I've been curious for a while. Are there any plans for casual anime talk about the melancholic horror he sees in? No. Well, not while I'm running it. And if there are, I probably wouldn't be a part of it. Been wondering to know how the characters, if not the show, fell out of favor with you. Sorry to ask and dash off at work. Well, hope work goes okay, but honestly, like, there's no complicated reason why I fell off the series. Fell out of favor with the series. It's just I grew up, and as I matured, I realized what an idiot I had been with that series, and it just holds difficult memories for me of when I was basically being a brainless idiot. So I really felt like I had no control over myself during those times, and quite honestly, that terrifies me. So looking back at it is difficult. Also, the trailer for Morbius. I haven't seen it yet, actually. I haven't seen it yet. I just love how Sony's like that. Like, fine, if we have to keep Spider-Man within the MCU for at least one more film, we'll just keep going on and we'll just keep going on and making the villain films. As being honest, wasn't turned to open old wounds. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'd say there is more to actually say to it with that, but you know that's the basics of it at least. Well, apparently it's Morbius in the MCU. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe I should watch the trailer before I speak out on it. But no, I haven't watched the trailer yet. I still need to. By the way, I meant to bring this up in. I think I brought it up briefly in the previous live stream before things went to. But if you have not seen the film Jojo Rabbit, you need to see it. It is a fantastic film. Went to see it a couple of weeks ago, and I honestly can't recommend it enough. It is a wonderful film, and you do need to see it. I was gonna say, oh, by the way, Final Fantasy VII Remake is now coming out at the same time as the Resident Evil 3 remake. I always knew Cloud Strife was having an affair with Jill Valentine. I always knew it. Diva, if you ever want to get back at him. Yeah. And then when that's delayed till April, all of a sudden Cyberpunk 2077 gets delayed even further. So I get the feeling Keanu Reeves has been covering from them this whole time, but now it's becoming more public. So now the game had to had to be delayed. It's all part of the plan of the Patriots, I tell you. We'll get busy with Tifa. Even though Yuna is and always will be my Final Fantasy waifu. I remember playing through Final Fantasy X again years back and playing through it again, just saying to myself, "Well, buddy, you're in love with Yuna. What a mess." Still excited for Cyberpunk 2077. I am looking forward to it. I'm not getting on the hype train like everybody else is because, well, I don't do that anymore because, well, as I've stated a few times, I don't do fandoms. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it when it comes out. And, yeah, it's annoying that it's been delayed, just like it's annoying the FF7 remake's been delayed, but I would rather play a polished game than one that's full of bugs. So I think there was a Shigeru Miyamoto saying, he said a delay. What was it? A polished game is eventually good. A bad game is bad permanently, or something to that effect. The only reason why Final Fantasy X gets shit is because Spoody. Well, does anybody actually care what Spoody has to say anymore? Honestly. Yeah, delayed game is good. A rushed game is bad. Well, most of the time. Looks at Sonic 06. Yes, you. Always you. Although I have seen people do certain ROM hacks of Sonic 06 to, well, basically try and make it work, and actually they have done some pretty impressive work. And quite honestly, like, it would have been so easy to just write Sonic off as being one of Sonic's biggest embarrassments, but I actually find it interesting that people could see the potential behind that game and are actually working to fix what Sega didn't. So yeah, I'm all for it. If you could make that a playable game, then I say go for it. No one cares about Channel Awesome former or current. Mostly true, I guess. Oh, hey, Jimmy Jesse's here. Hello. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, Jimmy Jesse. We thought you were dead. Dealer in Afro. That's I don't know if anyone's noticed, but that's something I'm trying to make a meme myself, even though I don't have the pull to make something a meme. But it's that scene from the Powerpuff Girls episode where the member of the Gangrene Gang, Big Billy, they save him and he decides he's gonna be their friend from now on, but keeps messing things up. When he inevitably goes back to the Gangrene Gang, Ace just says to him, "Oh, hey, Billy, we thought you were dead. Deal him in, Snake." Just like, just so casually, "Oh, hey, we thought you were dead." That's how little they care about him. It's like, "Oh, hey, Billy, we thought you were dead. Deal him." like that. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just, that made me laugh so much when I was a kid, and it makes me laugh so much now. It's a joke from the original version of that show that has stuck with me all these years. And I think it deserves more attention than it actually gets. And there's one in the build-up to that, like they ask him, "But what about the Gangrene Gang?" And then it cuts them. They're just like, "Hey, where's Billy? Did he get run over by the train?" "Oh yeah, I forgot." That's how little they care. To be fair, Spoonie's not relevant these days. He did have emotional issues for a long time. And, I sympathize with that. I've got my fair share of emotional problems myself, but that's the thing. I tend to keep that in my private life. I don't bring it publicly on social media. Even if Sonic 06 was playable, it had a lot of plot holes due to the poorly implemented / established time travel. I still don't know what type of time travel it is yet, but the thing is, I would get over Sonic 06's terrible plot if the game was at least fun to play, if it was at least playable. Because I don't play Sonic games for the plot. I think if you're playing Sonic games for the plot, you're doing it wrong, and I think Sega going through that period of trying to make Sonic stories serious were doing it wrong. But now that they're trying to do Sonic stories silly, when people have already come expecting the serious stories, you kind of shot yourselves in the foot there. Leonardo one's leaving the stream because he's got to eat. Well, you go eat, my boy. You got to eat. You've got to stay healthy, stay strong. You got to stay healthy, get strong, build up the muscle. But yeah, like I say, like Sonic 06, I would get over the terrible story if the game was at least playable. Shadow the Hedgehog being a prime example. Oh gosh, that was when things were taken to their most extreme. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that to me, in a lot of ways, Shadow the Hedgehog was worse than Sonic 06. I mean, yes, Sonic 06 was a broken mess, but Shadow the Hedgehog is just an embarrassment. It's just like, I'm just like, why? Why does this game exist? And the kiss between Sonic and Elise. I had someone on my old channel try to justify that to me once. They said it was necessary to save the world. At no point was that established as a necessary step to bring Sonic back to life. No point. No point. You can go back and watch the cutscenes. At no point was that established. Like, because they were trying to say, but it's a brother and sister relationship. It's a very disturbing one if she kissed her brother figure then. It was not a necessary step. It was not necessary to the plot. It was just because they wanted to have this weird hedgehog human romance. Don't encourage that side of the fan base. They'll never leave. Did you see the review of The Edge by the Geek Critique? I have seen that, actually. I thought it was a really good video, and I feel sorry for the people who have had to, like him and people like Some Call Me Johnny and others, who have had to review that game and have had to play through its awful structure, like 10 bloody times just to get to footage of the last story. Shadow the Hedgehog was an embarrassment. Shadow the Hedgehog, that game. Oh my gosh, that game. I'll give Shadow the Hedgehog. There's at least a answer why there was a giant FU cannon on the Ark. Yeah, but whether or not it was a satisfactory answer is debatable. And the ending. Oh well. We'll officially waive all of Joe Robotnik's crimes because his Eclipse cannon took out the Black Comment. Did you forget that this guy wanted to slam the Ark into the Earth to destroy it because the military killed his granddaughter? Hello? At least I enjoyed the soundtrack. What, to Shadow the Hedgehog? I think there's some ironic love I have for that, like I Am All of Me, like that song's kind of a guilty pleasure for me because I know it is bad. It is so pathetic and childish in its attempts to be edgy that I think it's brilliant. It's like black-hearted evil, brave-hearted hero. I am all I am. All I am. It's so cringy. Oh gosh, yeah. I think there's like I say some. I was like, oh wow, whoa! Are you throwing off the white balance there, Moving Troll? Whoa, I'm radiating like wow, that is there's some power you have in your golden tail, mate. Maybe you need to stay down a bit. But yeah, like I say, like the Hedgehog, its soundtrack, like the vocal tracks at least, like I think there's some ironic enjoyment to get out of it. Just this pathetically childish attempt, and it honestly feels like it was. The lyrics feel like that in most of the songs feel like they were written by 14-year-olds. Much like a kid who tries to prove he's more mature by swearing, and that is exactly. I think that is the perfect metaphor for Shadow the Hedgehog, the game. Actually, probably the perfect metaphor for Shadow as a character. I mean, Oh my gosh. Sorry, I really cannot stand Shadow as a character. When I was yeah, okay, when I was in my early teen years, maybe I did drink that Kool-Aid a bit, but like now that I've grown older, I'm just like, why are you still here? It's like, why are you a thing? Why did Sonic need a violent edgelord as his rival? Uh so I just Shadow the game, Shadow the character, I hate them so much. It's like Shadow would have been fine as just a one-off character, like in one game, as he was originally intended to be. But Shadow to me, thing is for Shadow to me that he kind of to me symbolizes the downfall, not just of like I don't want to say symbolizes the downfall of Sonic games because the weight and quality of Sonic games, well, is a debatable point anyway. But for me, he represented the downfall of the fan base because I think it was with his introduction that the really uncomfortable side of the fan base really started rearing its head. Uh, I don't care if he's the ultimate life form. To me, he's also the ultimate loser. uh, so I'm just now picturing the intro to Shadow the Hedgehog when just that Mickey Mouse glove hand holding up a gun, loading the it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh, Sonic Chronicles! Oh gosh, that game. That game we all tried to delude ourselves into thinking was a good game because we wanted it to be a good game. Because we'd had such a string of bad Sonic games, we wanted it to be a good game. We tried to delude ourselves into thinking it was good, but it wasn't. Oh gosh. That intro to Shadow the Hedgehog, it's so bad. Uh, have I read any books? I've read tons of books. I haven't read any books in a while, but I'm reading Malice by John Gwynne. I don't think I've ever read that actually. Um, no, I don't think I've ever read that one. I haven't read. It's been a while since I've sat down with a good book. Actually, I don't think sitting down reading the Inuyasha manga counts. That's a comic book, so that doesn't count. Oh gosh. Or Inuyasha, as I like to call it, just fuck already. Uh, RPGs should not be touch controlled. No, they should not. Well, it can work in theory if done right, but that game did not do it right. What do I think of Rouge and Omega? Well, Rouge is a subject best left untouched. I do not want to go in. I do. That's another rabbit hole I don't want to go down. Omega. I mean, Omega. I kind of like at least there's in Heroes I like him because of the way he openly insults all of the other Eggman robots. Oh, sorry, Eggman's robots as they were called. Um, just yeah, I enjoyed the way he just will openly insult all of Eggman's other creations just because he's pissed off he was sealed down there, down in like Eggman's vault. Don't know why the guy's an unstoppable killing machine. So don't know why Eggman decided. No, he's no good. He's not egg shaped. I was gonna say. Uh, worthless consumer models. Omega be petty, yes. Well, that was what made him such a charming character. He's kind of become an afterthought now, and that's probably for the best. But because the joke would eventually become played out. So, so that's probably for the best that he's kind of a non-factor now. But yeah, no, I enjoyed him in Heroes just because of his dialogue about like uh about how he was like Eggman's, how he was the superior robot and was determined to prove it. Uh, uh, like how when he swung his fist when you're in power formation, annihilation, charge, or if you're rapidly doing it, annihilate, charge, annihilate, charge, annihilate, charge, annihilation, annihilate, charge. And if you got like one of those like skill bonuses for defeating a load of enemies, you just say kill. Oh, Mega, you're so dumb, but you're so brilliant, brilliantly dumb as Sonic characters should be. I'm like, yeah, see, here's the right kind of edgy to do, guys, not whatever the hell Shadow is. Omega's a heretic. What was I going to say? I don't know why they gave him such a. Like, he seemed to have, at the very least, a very similar voice to his hero's voice in Shadow the Hedgehog. So why he had a generic robot voice in 06 is beyond me. Although the scene of him shooting Mephiles is kind of funny. It's funny how I started off this stream talking about how I think the Pokemon fan base has become worse than the Sonic fan base, and I still stick by that. But now we are talking about well, not the fan base, but we are just talking about Sonic in general. Remember Forces and how it canonized DeviantArt characters? Have I played the RPG Dragon Age Origin? No, but I feel like I'd probably like it. No, I've never played. I do know of it, but I've never actually played it. The 2000 series are in production. I will destroy them all. Making you such a psycho, but you're brilliant. Infinity's Eggman's OC confirmed. I think you mean Infinite, but yes. Oh gosh, it's like. I mean, to be fair though, the character customization option was really the only good bit of Forces. But I'm just like, but at the same time, I'm just like, don't encourage them; they'll never leave. Don't give the writers of Boom any ideas. I think the Boom cartoon's over anyway. I think Sega at this point have written the Boom universe off as a failure, even though the cartoon was okay. I mean, it got better in its second season. But yeah, the cartoon was all right. And I hear the 3DS games weren't bad, or well, I hear the second 3DS game wasn't that bad. But yeah, I think Sega at this point have just written Boom off as a failure, and I can't say I blame them. One of my favorite things to come about from Boom is there's an episode of the cartoon where Orbot and Cubebot are trying to find Dr. Eggman, and they're going to Sonic and his friends to recount like what happened the previous day. And when Knuckles tells his version of events. He's making himself to be like this big heroic character. And then, like after everybody's done praising him, he flies off. Somebody took the clip of when he flies off in that, and basically kept adding the pause screen from the video from the Rise of Lyric game, like spliced throughout the clip. So it was like he was doing the Knuckles infinite jump glitch. I thought that is brilliant. Speaking of Sonic, did I ever read the Archie comics? I don't know that we got the Archie comics in the UK, but we did have a UK comic called Sonic the Comic, which I read a lot of as a kid. I loved that comic as a kid. Sonic the Comic was bloody great. We had quite a lot of our own versions of certain comic books based on Western properties. Now that I think about it, because there was also a UK Transformers comic, but that was before my time. Going back to Chronicles, it sucks that Sonic's RPG was a doozy. Thing is, I don't think Sonic can work as an RPG. In all fairness, Mario RPGs turned out to be decent. Well, again, see, Mario is a very versatile character. So, like, he can lend himself to different formulas better than Sonic can, because Sonic's whole thing is going fast. So, you know, doesn't really translate to a turn-based RPG. When you make a game more broken than 06, you screwed up, definitely. I still think 06 is worse than Boom. I think 06 hurt a lot more than Boom, because there was a lot of hype for that game. There's a lot of hype surrounding that game. When people saw Boom, they saw the new designs. They were ready to write it off as a failure. But yeah, I think 06, it hurt a lot more because people were hoping it would be good, and it looked like it was going to be good. The demo made it look like it was going to be good. The demo, which ironically ended up being better, a more finished version than the actual game. But if you want to know how that came about, you can watch Matt McMuscle's What Happened on Sonic 06, which, by the way, that's a great series. I do recommend that. That's a really good series. So if I haven't read the Sonic Archie comics, I take it you don't know about characters like Flona the Fox or Scourge the Hedgehog. I know about Scourge because he was in Sonic Zombie and was Australian for some reason in that series. I don't know, does he have an Australian accent in the comics? But I know about Scourge because he had the best line in the whole series, which was "Goodbye, Pizza Hut." I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. It makes more sense in the context of the show. Oh gosh. Because Sonic is an employee at Pizza Hut. 06 was worse for me on the grounds that the glitches weren't the only thing wrong. No, exactly. I'm glad somebody realizes that the glitches aren't the only thing that is wrong with Sonic 06. Like the game plays badly. Like some of the stages are really badly programmed, and it's not just because of glitches. It's like bad enemy placement, bad obstacle placement, a bad physics engine. Those aren't glitches. That's just bad programming. Goodbye, Pizza Hut. I was in the Sonic Tuber SAS. I have not. Plus, it tried to be more realistic. Yeah, but this is when Sonic was going through that weird phase of trying to be realistic and put Sonic in the real world. I'm like, why? It's one reason I'm still so cautious about the movie. I know people have gone behind it a bit more now that they fixed the CGI. And to be fair, the second trailer, the new trailer, is actually a lot better than the first. And if they'd shown me this first, that probably would have sold me on the film a lot more, regardless of the CGI. But as such, that is not what I was shown first, and now I'm cautious about it. Well, I was cautious about it from the start, anyway. And, as mixed as I am about having Jim Carrey play Dr. Robotnik, I do have to admit, like, his introduction in the first trailer, the whole, "Are you in charge here?" Nope. I'm in charge. That did make me laugh, because I imagine that's how KHF introduces himself into a situation. I wouldn't say realism is the issue, as Adventure tried to. Yeah, but the thing is with Adventure, like, because of the era of it, it meshed a bit better. But I loved Unleashed. I liked Unleashed. Yes, some of the Werehog stages did go on a bit long, I'll give you that, but I liked Unleashed. But it's been a while since I've played Unleashed, so maybe I'll feel differently if I played it again. But one thing I loved about Unleashed was the design of it. Like, the fact that, yeah, humans were still in the game, but finally they were cartoony as well. And so the anthropomorphic animals fit in a lot better with them. I'm like, why did you try and make them fit in with realistic humans? Who thought that was a good idea? That was a horrible Peter Rabbit movie getting a sequel. One of my favorite things to come out the Peter Rabbit movie was I think James Corden on his US show, like, he's got this thing where he does, like, guided tours with celebrities, and he did one of those with the Avengers cast, and, like, he takes them all into a comic book store, and cast of the MCU films coming into a comic book store, people there are going to freak out, and, like, he's just standing in the corner going, "I'll sign any Peter Rabbit merchandise if anybody wants me to sign that. Anyone at all? I won't charge anyone." It's like, obviously the joke being, he's in a comic book store with the MCU cast. He's got no chance. I'm kind of mixed on James Corden as a whole, but I do admit that was funny. From the producer of The Fast and the Furious. Oh, yeah, the Sonic movie's got the producer for Fast and the Furious. That makes me so happy, and I don't know why. James Corden. I'm mixed on James Corden. I'm mixed on him myself. Like I do admit that the whole bit with the tour bus thing with the MCU cast was funny. By the way, I know. Speaking of Fast and Furious, did I see Hobbs and Shaw? I have not seen any Fast and Furious films, because they just never looked that interesting to me. It just looked like it's just cars driving fast. That never really appealed to me. I know Roman Reigns was in Hobbs and Shaw, though, because, well, he's The Rock's cousin, so why wouldn't he be? What do I think of people being mad about how Carlos from RE3 Remake looks? Well, I'm not surprised. It's like, well, what the internet's like, this isn't what I grew up with, so it's automatically bad. Personally, I don't care. The thing is, when people ask me about, like, how I feel about the fandom's reaction to certain things, I'm just like, this is why I don't do fandoms anymore. You're basically just proving my point for that. A lot more people are mad about Nemesis. I don't give a crap what Nemesis looks like in that remake, because Capcom confirmed I think it was I don't know if it was in an interview with Egan or just actually they gave it to Egan. Sorry, IGN. I call them Egan. Um, but they said like with how Mr. X worked in the RE2 remake, um, like he would follow you through set areas. Like there were areas like he couldn't follow you to. It was like basically mostly around the police station that he would follow you. But they said with Nemesis, he's gonna follow you everywhere. Like there's gonna be nowhere you will be safe from him. And I'm just like, that is so horrifying, and I love it. So Nemesis is going to be Mr. X on steroids. Well, he already kind of was in the original. Like, yeah, no, Nemesis. That sounds terrifying. That like every area you go to in the game, that's going to be a chance for Nemesis to get you. That is terrifying to me, and I love it. Speaking of Resident Evil remake, what did I think of the review by Endless Jess? I don't know who that is. Stars. Oh gosh. I mean, Nemesis was scary enough when I was young, but now he's going to be scary all over again, and I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for RE3 remake. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, just the thought of Nemesis working like Mr. X did, that is terrifying. Me just running around going, help me, he's going to hurt me, and then he's going to say, ha ha. Wow, it really was Moomin Troll that was throwing off the white balance before. Wow, it's since I put you down there was not been that big of an issue with the brightness. Oh, don't be sad. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Resi 3 remake. I take it I haven't seen the real-time fan dub of Resident Evil 2. No, I have not. So Queen Koei Pokemon Go is as weird as fuck. But well, yeah, they are. But I can understand the logic behind putting them in the game because because UK people, myself being the exception that proves the rule, but it's because I can't eat spicy food. The UK, we do love our curries. The UK do love our curries. Did I play the Resident Evil 2 remake? Yeah, I got it for Christmas, and I've been playing it over and over again ever since. Apparently, Sherry wasn't a little brat in the remake. No, I quite like Sherry in the remake. Like the section where you play with her, where you have to escape Brian Irons, is fucking terrifying. Although during that, where am I putting them in? By my leg. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not putting him in that area. Only Snufkin wants him there. Anyway, yeah, no, the bit where you have to escape from Brian Irons is Sherry. That is terrifying. Although I did at one point say he even runs like a fucking pervert. But then again, Chief Irons is. I think they did him really well in the remake. Like. Escape from Irons is actually like, oh, what the fuck do I do? I'm talking the puzzle. I'm solving the puzzle. We have the chess pieces. Oh yeah, it's a bit more. The chess pieces thing is a bit more complicated in the B scenario, isn't it? That took me a while to figure out. By the way, only in my live streams could I rebound from talking about Resident Evil to Pokemon. Then again, Some Call Me Johnny is doing like his current marathon is both Kirby and Resident Evil. So there you go. Actually, they're not as disconnected as I think, because Kirby is a horrifying concept when you think about it. Like all these. all these innocent creatures just walking around, minding their own business. Then here comes Kobe to suck them up and then wear their skin. Personally, I liked Hop as a character. No, you didn't. That's rubbish, and you know it. Nobody liked Hop. Not even me. Every scene with him, I'm just like, shut up, Hop, you aren't even anything! Maybe because I'm the little sibling who always lives in the shadow of my big sisters, I can relate to Hop. Why do my streams always come back to bloody Moomin sex? I mean, I have an older sister myself, but I guess we've never really... My siblings... I've never really thought of myself as being in competition with my siblings, so... Moomins are virtually unknown here in America, which seems odd. Well, it was mainly a European thing. I say that, but... well, I said that without thinking. But yeah, no, it was only really popular, like, obviously in its native country, Finland, in the UK, although it did take off in Japan, because I know that because I went to Moomin Cafe when I was in Tokyo, and I had dinner with Snufkin, which was awesome. I successfully managed to depress a plush toy. I'm proud of that. Oh my gosh, the stream has been going on a while. I might have to start bringing things to a wrap soon, but I'm glad things are back to normal with the stream. If I go to Japan, I want to go to a butler cafe. Well, I went to a maid cafe, so I'm not going to judge you. That was actually a lot of fun, not for the reasons you're thinking. Anyway, I am gonna wrap things up now. But yeah, I'm glad things went well with this stream. That the chat was actually working this time. Hallelujah. I should be good to go for a stream next week. I don't think I've got anything going on, but I will keep everybody updated via posts and social media. I'll keep everybody updated via posts and social media. So I got distracted by the chat again as to what's happening, but I should be good to go next week. Anyway, thank you to everybody who turned up for the stream. I really do appreciate you guys doing this, and hopefully I'll have some more stuff to come in the future. We'll see, won't we? Anyway, take care.